joined here by Calvin Head track and field coach Adam Haldorson at the conclusion of the MIAA Championships. And Coach, I think first and foremost, it feels pretty good to successfully host this event at this new facility, which for the most part had its first ever competition just a couple of weeks ago, and then we pulled it off here, and I think there's some satisfaction in doing that.
Certainly. I mean, we had a bunch of alumni come back and help officiate and volunteer at the meet. It made things go really, really smooth. The track's fast. I mean, I think there were 5 conference records broken today. It's a fast place to run, and without the people doing it, we wouldn't make it work. So thanks to all the alumni that came back and helped out.
Well, being able to compete at home's got to be pretty special, because you go through that whole indoor season, you're on the road, frequently close by, but at somebody else's place, and then for most of the outdoor season as well. So being able to be at home here with a lot on the line and the big races and that type of thing, it's got to be pretty cool, not only for you but for your athletes.
Oh, certainly. I mean, being at home, sleeping in your own bed, all of that is, we saw great performances today, and I think that was a big piece of it. I think what made it even more special was last night we got to do our end of the season team banquet and honor all of our seniors and graduating folks, and they had a chance to kind of speak some words of wisdom back to the team. And so coming in today, it was just like everybody was on that emotional high of this is kind of the ending of one chapter, transition to a new one. And so it was just so much fun to get out here and share it with everybody.
So let's just talk first about your women's team and what they did over the last couple of days. I mean, steeplechase yesterday was huge, pole vault yesterday was huge, and then Jenna Allman and Sophie Bull go 1-2 again. Doubling in the 5K, and you had some other nice performances. Just talk about that women's team and what they did this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, in full transparency, we weren't coming in at full strength, but we outperformed what we were supposed to do by a fairly healthy margin. And it wasn't just 1, 2, 3 people, it was 10 people. There was hidden points all over the place, and people just selling out for the team. So a big one, Jessie Vandenacker, graduating senior, finished second in the triple jump and overcame a little injury to do so, and that was awesome. Yesterday in the hammer, we had Micah Bazine, who's still pretty new to this track thing, really step up and do some big things. She finished 4th. She's supposed to finish, I think, 7th. So there's just hidden points all over the place. Pretty much everybody did better than they were supposed to, and that's just a phenomenal feeling.
Yeah, and doing it without some key pieces. You've had some injuries. We don't want to use excuses, but the fact that other people stepped up makes you feel good. And looking ahead to the future, you have to feel fairly optimistic with that women's team. Oh,
certainly. I mean, it's always sad when people are departing and transitioning into the next phase of life, but we have a lot of them back, and there's a good group coming in next year to join this already pretty strong squad. It's going to be a fun season.
Yeah. So the men's side, you cap it by winning that 4x4 again. I think that might be the third time in 4 years that Kelvin has won the league title in the 4x4, and you've done it indoors, so that's where I'm starting to get them all lost in the shuffle. But it was a big race for that squad, and as a whole, the group really had a nice day, didn't it? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, looking at the team overall, kind of almost same thing as the women's team, where it was we came in and we outperformed what we were supposed to. We had little hidden step ups all over the place. Zach Van Baren finished 5th in the high jump when he was supposed to be 8th. I think he also finished 5th in the 110 hurdles, and he was supposed to finish 9th. So it's everybody kind of stepping up and carrying a little bit of a bigger load than what they may have been scheduled for on paper. So that's always nice to see that. Ending the last couple events on the track with Luke Whitfleet winning the 5K.
Doubling as well.
Yeah, on a double. Caleb Gaffner running a massive last 3 laps to jump up, I think, 5 spots, end up finishing 6th it was, and that was a great way to cap his Calvin career. And then 4x4. I mean, 4x4 is the great unifier in track. It's the event that brings the whole team together in a special way, and so it always feels nice to end on a victory there. And those guys Maury Ismond, super senior, selling out, diving in to get the baton to Kobe. That's exactly what you see out of that guy and out of this team. And so it's a lot of heart. A great cap to the meet.
Well, and that 4x4 just kind of leads me to the fact that you had 4 in the top 8 of the 400 meters and one of the deepest 400 meter dash fields probably in conference history in a long time. I mean, a league record time. by the winner from Olivet. And, you took second, and I think it was like, what, 2-4, or 2-3,
5, and 8.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel really good about that squad and that depth right there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's like a testament to those guys. It's like they push each other every day. It's not just that, like, oh yeah, we show up on the day and make it work. And no, they're grinding for that. And the 4x4, the tough one of our seniors, Corbin, who was in the open 400, he was pretty fatigued from it. And so we put Maury Ismond, who's a super senior, in his place. Yeah. So it's like we exchanged experience for experience. And those guys just, they've been grinding all year. So it's awesome to see them put it together like this.
So season's not completely over. You'll have a handful of kids at last chance meets. I know you're ranked really high in a couple of distance events. Steeplechase on the women's side, you got 2 there. Luke Whitfleet's ranked high in the 10K. And I would guess maybe the 4x4 might be something that you try to focus on. Kobe Vanderwood also maybe in the 400, that type of thing. What are your thoughts the last few weeks as you try to get some kids to nationals?
Yeah, well, as you said, we got the 2 ladies in the steeple. They're pretty well locked and loaded. Same with Luke Whitfleet in the 10K. We're going to be trying for a couple other folks. Natalie Tebben is not that far off in the 1500, so she's going to be giving it a go. Katie Synan in the pole vault is in the mix. Same with Lindsay Kosick in the discus. So we're going to keep pushing a little bit longer on those ones and see if they can't pop a big one and make it to the show. And then back to the guys' side, as you said, Kobe in the 400 open, and then the 4x4, they got a pretty good shot at it. I think they're sitting number 14 overall right now after you take out duplicate teams. So it's like they're in the mix. So we'll go give it a go another time or two and see if we can't get there.
All right, very good. Well, congrats on a very successful meet here at home in the new track and field, and we'll be talking to you down the road.
Thanks.
All right.